If Satan ruled the
Christians
world,
stop being
he had a
goofy. Number
unified
3.
language. What language would
The English
everyone
language
speak?
is not satanic.
English.
So this video is trying to say that the English language has become more demonic because of influence from occult members like Francis Bacon. The problem is that Francis Bacon likely believed in a school of magic that was derived from manuscripts like the Sworn Book of Honorius and the Key of Solomon, which requires the caster to be Christian in order for the spells to work, so it can't really be demonic in nature.
Why do you think our language is called spelling? Other languages do not derive their vocabulary words from witchcraft terms.
Bro, what?
I've seen this idea thrown around a lot, and it doesn't make too much sense because spell, like magic spell, has only had a magical meaning for like 300-400 years. Before that, it meant like story or like a collection of words. And spelling does not come from spell. It derived from an old French verb espellir, which means to explain.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
more so, why are we getting our witchcraft terms from literary terms?
Yeah, William Shakespeare was not a real person. And we know that because the writing styles in his
What?
different stories are drastically different.
Authors can employ multiple styles of writing.
Facts. Like, if that's your reasoning, then you can't accept the inerrancy of the biblical text.
By Sir Francis Bacon, a known occultist. He had an agenda to normalize witchcraft into our everyday speech.
I would love a step-by-step explanation of how Francis Bacon managed to somehow influence the entire English-speaking world to use his words that he made up for demonic reasons. By the way, none of these words have like demonic connotations to them. Like critic, what is critic a demonic word?
Speaking of normalizing things, what do you think Hollywood is? The wood that witches and wizards use to craft their wands and stabs out of.
Wands do not have to be made out of Hollywood, or even wood for that matter. There are clay wands, metal wands, stone wands, plastic
Facts.
wands. I mean, any of them can be fine. Also, Hollywood did not get its name from the holly tree, but rather from a type of shrubbery that's found near the area.
Hence why the sun in the sky is the same word for the Son of God.
Bro, that
So
doesn't mean
etymologically,
anything.
These words are not the same, and 500 years ago, they were not pronounced the same. The word sun, like the sun in the sky, comes from Old English sunne, whereas son of God comes from Old English sunu. And another thing, I can tell when someone is referring to the sun in the sky or the son of a father.
Facts.
I don't know about you, but I can tell the difference.
It's to create confusion between sun worship, which a lot of pagans did, and people that worship the Son of God.
That's dumb, and no one would have fallen for that.
Facts.
Or like the word love, has multiple different words in other languages, but in English, there's only one word for love.
I think it's really funny when people try to say, oh, this word in this language doesn't have an English translation, and then they'll give you an English translation of the word. Like, it's right, you show us an image that has the translations. What do you mean?
It's all created to distort your perspective of the Bible and of God.
This would only be a problem if the Bible was originally composed in English, which it isn't. That might be a shocker to you, but it isn't.
Like son of a bee. Why is that even a curse word? Well, it's because the original terminology would be towards God.
There is
What?
no reason to believe this. The earliest attestation of the phrase son of a bitch can be found in the Alchemy manuscript from the 14th century, line 8045. Higrada law to King Taurus.
Wow.
Abaidi tho thef malichas. Bitches son of tho dros damis.
My man quoted the text in
Have you not
fluent
noticed how much of our
speech, bro.
curse words are connected to God?
This is not a unique feature of English.
Yeah.
Most languages do this.
Designed to make you curse yourself and others, to give easy access to demons to jump in and influence you.
Guys, you can summon demons if you say fuck a lot. It's the craziest thing.